It's very dark right now. Let me see if I can go somewhere where it is a little bit lighter. All right. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I haven't done a live video in a while because I was not really engaged with my channel for a while. So, but we're back at it. Next week I'll be getting very busy with the channel. Just took a little while. I had to step away. I went through some hard times, but now we're back to making quality content. And with today's video, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about business, capitalism, fascism, and why the very concept of business is an undemocratic idea. Okay, so today's video, we're going to talk about why the very concept of business is, by definition, by its actual nature, undemocratic. Hey, what's up? Hello. Welcome to the stream. Talking about I'll be dropping a lot of truth bombs today. Just waiting for other people to join. I'm gonna wait for a few other people to join, and I'm gonna start talking about today's topic, which is business. Business is a fascistic concept, okay? Thank you, Jay. Yeah, guys, sorry I wasn't busy really. I was going through some hard times. My cat passed away a month ago, and it was very depressing and hard, you know? But I'm back. I got some really good videos coming out, I promise you guys. I got some very good videos coming out. But this is my little stream to get back in touch with everybody, to say hi again. I didn't disappear. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. This channel's not going anywhere. This channel's only gonna go up from now on, I promise. This channel is only going to create the best content, I promise. The highest level educational content. That's my promise to you guys. But we're going to wait for a few more other people to join. And then we're going to talk about the concept of why business is a fascistic concept, okay? Why business and capitalism always leads to fascism. And there's no other way around it. You have to abolish capitalism. You have to abolish the concept of money altogether. So, let's wait for people to join. Hey, what's up, Italy? What's up? Man, people from all over the world, man. That's awesome. It's so good to see people from all over the world join the stream. But yeah, I'm going to start in about a minute, okay? I'm going to start in 1 more minute. Just let's wait a little more for a few people to join. I'm going to start talking. But, guys, drop your comments. Drop whatever engagement you want. Any questions you have, drop it in the comments. I look at all my comments always, and I try to answer, okay? So, I will start in a little bit. Start talking a little bit. I'm about to go somewhere with a little more light. Sorry, it's so dark right now. Can you guys let me know? Can you hear me properly? Can you hear me? Just say yes if you can hear me, okay? I want to make sure my headphones are working properly. Can you guys hear me? And I'll start answering your question. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Do I sound okay? Very good. I mean, my thoughts on Putin. Putin is just another oligarch, dictator who's, another strong man. I mean, if you look at the history of the Soviet Union and Russia, the capitalists got together, the West got together, and they broke up the Soviet Union, and they allowed a bunch of power-hungry businessmen to divide up the Soviet Union, and it caused some of the fastest decline in the level of life expectancy and quality of life for people in the Soviet Union, in the former Soviet Union. So when Russia became a capitalist country, things got really bad quickly. Inequality skyrocketed. And so, I mean, I don't support any of these powerful countries. I don't support any of them. However, let's be honest, America is the worst. America is by far the worst. It's the most consistent violator of human rights, and we all know the military and financial warfare, economic warfare. I mean, America is. Don't even get me started on the United States. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Putin. Putin is not a good person. But When you look at what America is doing, America and the West and their allies, they've done to the world. I mean, Russia, China, and the BRICS nations, they're doing something better than America. It's still not going to accomplish anything, because when things get so bad on this planet, when climate change gets really bad, the inequality gets really bad, and the wars ramp up, it doesn't matter. No BRICS nation is going to salvage the situation. That's why we have to transition away from capitalism, you know? The problem with the BRICS nations is the BRICS nations are trying to do, I guess, efficient or moral capitalism, which is not, it's a stupid concept. Trying to make capitalism work and be efficient and moral is like trying to have a lion eat vegetables. It's not in the lion's nature to eat vegetables. And so let's talk about business, okay, guys? So, what is business? Business is a concept in which, first of all, let's trace back a little bit. What is money? Money is a mechanism of managing scarcity, right? Otherwise, it would not exist. I was telling my friend today, I was explaining to him, money is a method of managing scarcity. In a society that deliberately pursues abundance and efficiency, there would be no need for money whatsoever. So if we have in a society of abundance, let's say it started raining gold tomorrow, nobody could sell you gold anymore because you have your own gold. So abundance, efficiency, and sustainability are the actual enemies of the profit incentive. And the capitalist market economic monetary system was founded thousands of years ago when there was tremendous scarcity and inefficiency. Okay, there was tremendous scarcity and deprivation back then. So we had a system to manage the resources and to have some kind of resource accountability, and using money as a means of exchange, I guess, right? Even though that concept in and of itself was very distorted. Because, look, the founders of the market economic system, from many hundreds of years ago, if you told them in the future, we're going to have a society in which money is going to be traded as a commodity on Wall Street and the stock exchange. Money is going to be used as a commodity in and of itself to make more money. Imagine if you told them that. They would be dumbfounded. They would be horrified, and they would not support the system. So the founders of the market system, they had no idea what kind of monstrosity they were going to create and what it would actually lead to in a world where literally the most profitable venture in the world is just moving the digits on a screen, the stock exchange, scalping nickels left and right to make tremendous amounts of money with almost absolutely no social contribution whatsoever. So that's where money came from. That's the very idea, the root origin of money, right? So when it comes down to money and business, forming a business where you provide a service or you provide a resource for people that when they need it, that business has to exist in a world of scarcity. Otherwise, business will not even exist. If people could actually meet their needs sustainably through communal work, through cooperation, and through sharing, right? If people could actually meet their needs through cooperation and sharing, there would be no need for business. People could actually manage resources intelligently, have systems of production and distribution set up in a way that you really bystep the market process and the monetary process. In that kind of a world, there would be no need for business. However, business in today's world, since we live in today's world, the real world, is a isolationist perspective. Business is an isolationist perspective, which means that the service you're providing, the resource you're providing as a business is provided in a world where you have competitors, right? You're all trying to outcompete each other. However, the consumer and the customer who comes to you, you're trying to present your product as better than your competitors. However, they got to give you money, right? Nobody can get your product or service freely. You don't provide free stuff to people as a business, right? You need some kind of exchange, either labor, money, or some kind of trade, right? That's how business conducts itself. But then when you extrapolate that concept to a massive world of multi-billion-dollar, multi-trillion-dollar corporations and massive businesses that have so much power and so much wealth and so much prominence in the world, that is an undemocratic process, because these mega corporations, they hold power and they hold control over the resources of the planet, right? They have control over the resources of the planet, resources which we all need to survive. yet they put a price tag on it and they make it very atrociously inefficient and in a scarcity-oriented manner. They provide that to us. And that's where the problem begins. So it's very, business is it's a very predatory concept. It's based on exclusion. It's based on isolation. If you don't have money, go fuck off and die. You can't have resources. You can't have access to things unless you give us money. So, before I continue, I'm going to see what people said. Answer your questions, okay? In Europe, we are between the imperialism, capitalism. Yeah, I mean, Europe is it's a very bad situation. Europe is in a lot of trouble right now with the immigration crisis. But, the immigration crisis in Europe has a source, obviously, right? I mean, the European countries in the West and the United States have done their job destroying and bankrupting foreign countries and poor nations in the global South, creating so much desperation where people have no choice but to flee and try to live elsewhere. So that's where all this crap comes from. All this racism, all this nonsense, And when they say, "Oh, we don't want any immigrants coming to our house, to our country," well, what about the native inhabitants of the United States? The Native Americans could have said the same thing about the colonizers, right? The Pilgrims. Hey, listen, we don't want you guys coming and taking our land. Anyway, not to get carried away with that, but I'm going to go back to business. So business is an undemocratic process because, like I said, if you do not have a means to purchase things that the business provides for you, such as food, such as shelter, such as energy, right, fuel, if you don't have access to those things, then you are basically of no value. And you literally live in a world where people are starved to death. People go through tremendous suffering and deprivation because they don't have the means to buy things. And so the overlords, the people who hoard all the resources, the people who control all the wealth, they can have so much say over our lives. They can dictate the direction of our lives. And those people with their money can then go into Congress, can go into politics and use their wealth and power to purchase legislation, to manipulate the government behind the scenes, to manipulate the political system. And so business, if it's understood as a sociological, historical, and the economic elements of it, if we have a good understanding of it, we can see that there is absolutely no way to make business truly ethical. Because as the gangsters say, right, as the mafia people always say, hey, listen, man, it's not personal. It's strictly business. So the mass starvation going on, the massive amounts of inequality, the totalitarian nature where all the countries in the West are slowly shifting towards fascism, that's not personal. That's just the nature of the system. You don't get mad at a lion for wanting to hunt down its prey, right? It's in the lion's nature. So we should not get mad or shocked when we see a world where the billionaires have doubled or tripled their income while the average person, their income has gone down by 30%. We should not get shocked when we see a world where money influences politics, right? Money can actually control the state of the world without our participation. So the average person like you and I, we have absolutely no voice over what's going on in government. Things are done behind the scenes, things are controlled behind the scenes. It's truly undemocratic. It's truly a fascistic concept. So that's what that's what I meant when I said business actually is a very undemocratic process. That's what I meant by that. And I'm making a video about it as well. I'm making a video about business as an undemocratic, fascistic concept on the long form videos. So I'll be shooting that video tomorrow. But let's see if I have any questions that I can ask, okay? You guys have any questions, you can feel free to ask me here, okay? But today's video is just like a short video. I'm not gonna talk for too long. I've had a long day, I'm tired, I wanna go home and relax, eat my dinner. But if you have any questions, please run it by me. So let's just run an example. So the massive oil companies, right? BP, ExxonMobil, Shell, these massive corporations, they're in essence, they're businesses, right? They're businesses that get a lot of subsidies from the government. You have to go to the pump and use money to buy oil, to buy fuel for your car, right? Or buy, you have to pay your utilities to purchase fuel to heating for your house, right? Now, these these businesses are not democratic. They were not set up in a democratic fashion, right? Oftentimes, the militaries of the world, the massive empires like the United States, they invade nations, they take their resources, such as oil, right? Like what they're trying to do with Venezuela. Venezuela has some of the highest oil reserves in the world. That's why the United States try to do a coup in their government. That's why the United States try to do overthrow of their government. And Donald Trump even suggested that we invade Venezuela for their oil. So these resources were obtained through a process of violence. So the massive wealth we see in the world, the wealth inequality, the massive power gaps we see, where a few corporations run the whole world, they did not do it through a democratic process. They do it through a very violent process of imperialism, colonialism, economic warfare, right? Economic warfare. So that's really how things developed in the world. It was not done through democracy. It was not done through participation and cooperation. No, the average person has absolutely no say in how things are governed in the world. The average person has absolutely no say in those processes. So that's what I meant when I said business is actually naturally, by its actual very nature, is an undemocratic process. That's what I meant. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, please run them by me. Yeah, it's sad, in Italy and in Europe as a whole, it's shifting towards fascism. It's becoming very right-wing, and totalitarian. It's looking scary, because why? Why is that though? Fascism is simply capitalism in decay, okay? Fascism is the end expression of the capitalist system in decay. That's really what it is. Hey, Sean, what are you making, bro? That smells really good. I might want to get that.
Sure.
All right, with rice.
With rice?
Yeah. And salad.
Tomatoes?
Yeah, a lot of salad, as always. A little bit of rice, but a lot of salad, please.
I got you.
Thank you, bro. All right, guys, I'm getting my dinner. I'm freaking starving. I've had a busy day. I woke up in the morning, went to the gym to train some clients, and then I went to the park, worked out with my friend. And then I came back to the gym at night to train some clients, and then I decided to do a little live stream on my way home. But I do apologize for not being busy the last month, I would say. I haven't made any videos, but I plan on being very consistent from now on, I promise you guys. But yeah, if you guys have no questions, I can end it early tonight and go home and eat my dinner and go to sleep. But please run any questions you have by me or any comments you want to make. I'll be glad to engage with you, So yeah, guys, I hope that helped your understanding in some way. So scarcity and inefficiency are the drivers of money, right? I cannot say that enough. I cannot reiterate that enough. Scarcity and inefficiency are the main drivers of money. If we overcome scarcity and if we overcome inefficiency, there is no need for money. That's why the monetary system will collapse one day when there's too much efficiency. When technology, especially like automation, technology and abundance producing technology like is Moore's law, the doubling of computing power, our ability to do more with less, ephemeralization, our ability to achieve more tasks with less energy and less resources, that trend is going to be antithetical to the mechanisms of the market system. So that's why, in a world where technology is actually accelerating and improving and evolving, that's going to lead to more job losses, to more economic degrowth, right? To the loss of economic growth, and it's going to hurt the average person. It's not really going to hurt the billionaires and the ownership class, the investment class. It's going to mostly hurt the average person, and it's going to lead to a lot of social instability, crime, all kinds of revolutions and protests and things of that nature. And that's why the world is really going in this direction of fascism, because as the head of industry and finance lose control over the population, as they lose control of the narrative, they're going to clamp down harder on right-wing fascistic policies of totalitarianism to control their populations. So that is why capitalism is truly undemocratic, because when it does not have an answer for your problems, it will simply impose the jackboot mechanism of totalitarian control to make sure that you shut up and you don't revolt and you don't protest. So that's really how it is. That's how capitalism functions. It's that truly by nature is undemocratic. And so in order for us to fight against that, we have to really educate the average person, educate the world, educate our communities and our fellow human beings. Hey, how you doing? That we have to evolve beyond capitalism. There's no other way around it. Really, there's no really simple answer. We have to evolve beyond capitalism. We have to start creating communities where we basically employ the complete opposite values of capitalism. So we have to engage with communities where we share resources, where we cooperate with each other. We make things open source, right? We share our innovation. We open up with our information. We don't hoard knowledge, right? We try to solve problems together. In that kind of a world, we can actually transition to a more sustainable kind of like a mini society, because really it's going to have to be a bunch of fragmented, separated societies that work together to form one global society eventually. But at the beginning, it's going to have to be deconstructing and degrowth, making things simpler, narrow things down to simpler parts, and then we can expand later to have communities that connect with one another. And one day we can become a global community. But right now we're going through the hard times. We're going to go through the very chaotic transitionary period, which is going to be very uncertain and quite scary, with climate change around the corner and all the other crises that we're facing. We're going to definitely face uncertain times, But anyway, yeah, that's what I was going to talk about today. I think I'm pretty much wrapping it up. I'm going to wait for my dinner, but I'll keep talking to you guys until I get my food and go home. So if you guys have any comments you want to make, let me know. But yeah, so business, I recommend the book called Business as a System of Power. I'll be talking about that tomorrow on my other video. So Business as a System of Power by Bradley. The guy's last name is Bradley, the author. Check that book out. It's a really good book. I recommend you guys to read it because it explains how on an institutional level, on an establishment preservation level. So another thing with business that makes it undemocratic, another reason why business and capitalism is undemocratic is because it's based on self-preservation, right? Capitalism is based on self-preservation. What is the purpose of a business? What's the purpose of a business? A business purpose is to generate revenue, right? And profits. Its purpose is not to elevate and improve society, believe it or not. So a corporation, their first and foremost job is to be loyal to their shareholders and to make sure they make enough profit to keep themselves afloat, right? Their bottom line. Make sure they make more money than their overhead, right? Than their actual expenses to remain relevant, right? If corporations, if their purpose was to evolve and elevate society, then basically oil corporations will step aside. Oil corporations will step aside. The agricultural system will step aside. They'll allow better and more efficient and more advanced methods of production, distribution, and energy harnessing to come into play and make themselves obsolete. But why has that not happened? Because we live in a system of self-preservation, so no corporation will ever want to become obsolete. Never. That is why oil companies will lobby going to the government, pharmaceutical companies, right? Pharmaceutical companies, which are very powerful, they will go into the government and use their money to manipulate things behind the scenes to make sure that certain drugs are pushed to the forefront. So from a human health standpoint, from an environmental standpoint, from a resource efficiency standpoint, all these new methods that are better for society will be fought against and resisted, by corporations, because they're not about emergent adaptation. They are about establishment paralysis. Okay, so maintaining an income and having a profitable corporation means you're fighting against progress itself. That is why it's a fascistic concept. Capitalism fights against the very concept of progress itself. Okay. Let's see what else people said. Oh, okay. What is the solution? Well, I mentioned it before. The solution is to get together. We have to form communities, guys. We have to educate. So there's from the way I look at it, I actually made a video about this. It's a three-phase process of transition to a better world. One step is to make sure we educate people. We have to get more people on board to join our army. You know, an army of sustainability warriors, really, in essence. So first step is to educate people, get more people on board, right? Inspire, educate, and motivate people to get on board. Two is to form communities where we actually use our resources and technology to provide a high standard of living to people without all the nonsense and the noise and the competition and the stupidity, you know, of the inefficiency of capitalism. Creating communities where we actually cooperate with one another and share resources so people are actually well fed, taken care of, housed, you know. And then three is the activist venture of putting pressure on the system, putting pressure on the establishment, on the power structure to bend it to our will. So there's three steps, right? Education, community building, and then activism of protesting and you know, calling for mandates, calling for certain basic life necessities and basic life human rights to be instituted for society. So, you know, as far as I see it, and I'll be talking about all three different things in future videos on my channel. I'll be talking about all these different concepts as I keep making videos. I'll be breaking these things down, you know, talking about the historical aspect, the sociological aspect, anthropological aspect, as well as the technological aspect. It's very important, right? Science and technology. I'm a science and technology guy. I really see that the solution to capitalism is a scientific solution. It's a scientific principle because, you know, we can't have opinions about, when it comes to society, we can't have opinions. We have to form coherent thoughts and actual practical solutions. So our solutions have to be practical, but how do we make sure they're practical? Everything that you say, every statement you make must be testable. Every hypothesis must be put to the test and experimented to we arrive at the right solutions. We can't make our solution. We don't make decisions, we arrive at decisions, right? As Jacques used to always say, right, at the Venus Project, we arrive at solutions. We don't make our own decisions. We arrive at decisions, you know, through research, through testing, you know, through objective reasoning. But yeah, that's the solution as far as I see it. It's a three-step process, okay? Again, education, community building, and activism, all right? So like we see right now what's going on with Gaza and the genocide, you know, in Israel, people are protesting and they're rightfully so. I mean, that's a very worthy cause. I went to Washington, D.C., the capital, to protest Netanyahu because I feel very strongly about it. To hell with Israel. Israel should be fucking shamed and should be destroyed. I mean, it has no right to exist as an apartheid state, as a racist colonial state, has no right to exist. So that's a worthy cause to fight against, right? To actually protest, to actually show up and revolt and try to make the system feel uncomfortable. We have to make those people in power feel uncomfortable. Not just for Palestine, but also for the climate catastrophe that's coming upon the horizon, the inequality crisis, the wars. So that is why it's a three-step process: education, community building, and activism. You know, yeah. But let's see, guys. I mean, listen, guys. If we have enough people on board, it literally would take 10 years to change the surface of the earth. It wouldn't take that long. The problem is we don't have enough people right now on board. I mean, look around you guys. I mean, look around me here. Nobody here knows what the hell I'm talking about. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. People don't agree with me. I mean, when I go to the gym, everyone cares about their physical fitness. They don't care about their mental fitness at all. And that's the problem. That's where we're at right now, guys. We're not even. We need more people to be we need more people to be educated. You know, and that's why I personally want to get on a lot of these big podcasts and interview people and challenge them and debate people to get their followers to realize how misled they had been, how uneducated they had been, how misinformed they had been, you know? So there's a lot of channels that claim to be on the side of progress and progressivism, when in reality they don't even know that they're actually masking and framing their rhetoric. They're framing their rhetoric and their perspective and their value system from within a very scarcity-oriented, very inefficient, scarcity-oriented value system of capitalism, you know? People don't even know how much they're being withheld, how much they're living within a prison of their own minds, you know? People live within a prison of their own minds, and the only way to break from that is to educate. No, just barbecue white sauce, please. That's it. Yeah, that's it. As I get my dinner, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up soon. I mean, of course, the establishment is going to fight us. The establishment will do whatever they can to resist change, of course. But it's not up to them. It's up to the people, you know? Who cares? Who gives a shit what the establishment thinks? We got to do our best to fight against the establishment. I mean, literally the planet's future, the future of the planet is at stake here, you know? And I know I'm some little guy. I'm not a big guy. I'm just a small channel. But, you know, I do have connections in high places with a lot of intelligent and progressive-minded organizations like the Venus Project. I mean, I used to work with Jacques Fresco. I'm friends with Peter Joseph from the Zeitgeist Movement, the Money-Led Society. I'm you know, in contact with all these organizations, and we hope to, as the future unfolds, to get together and form projects where we actually unify, get together, and, you know, work towards that future that we all want to see, that sustainable future that we're all trying to achieve here. So, but it's a very big challenge, guys. It's a challenge, and it's gonna have to be fought very hard by battles. You know, it's not gonna be easy. But yeah, guys, if you have any comments, let me know. I'll be logging off pretty soon. I'm doing a live stream.
Live stream, huh?
Yeah, I'm talking to people.
How many people are in it?
I haven't been on for a long time. Right now I got like 25 people watching. It used to be a lot. It used to be like hundreds of people. It's kind of crazy. I think YouTube is like censoring me.
Fuck YouTube.
Yeah, no, fuck YouTube. I hate YouTube. YouTube is disgusting, guys. YouTube is a horrible, undemocratic, totalitarian, truly a horrific fucking app because, and I have no, you know, I don't have a choice. I got to use YouTube to educate and inform people. I mean, otherwise, what else can I do? But YouTube is a horrible thing. Hey, man, see you later. Good night, Sean. Because think about it, like, you know, have you guys seen the Two Nice Jewish Boys podcast? The Nice Two Jewish Boys podcast, where they literally say they want to press a button and erase Gaza. They want to kill everyone in Palestine. How does YouTube allow those people to still be monetized and not take their page down for saying disgusting things, genocidal statements? But if I were to say I want to wipe out all of Israel, if I made a video and my channel is big enough and I said, you know what, I want to press a button and erase Israel, my channel would be taken down within the hour or within a day or two. So that's what I'm saying. YouTube is a disgusting algorithm. I hate YouTube. But hey, what can I do? I gotta stay on YouTube to make videos. I have no choice. Long live capitalism. Okay, well, long live you, my friend. But capitalism does not care about you. Capitalism is a predatory, vampiric, exploitative system. It's a parasitic system that is a leech upon the earth, and it's going to destroy all life on this planet unless we stop it. So, hey, good health to you, but capitalism does not care about you. It does not care about me. It does not even care about the billionaires, because in the end, it's all just a game. It's all just a game, guys. Just a game. And we just got to stop playing the game. We got to form communities and stop playing the game. That's the way out of this shithole we're in. But yeah, I've had a long day, guys, so I'm sorry if I'm ranting now and babbling, but I'll be wrapping it up soon. I'm going to be getting home soon, so. Of course, thank you. Appreciate your support. And guys, by the way, I appreciate all your support. Much love to all of you. And, you know, oh, by the way, this fucking guy, name another system that has worked properly. I'm sorry, capitalism has literally destroyed every alternative possible. And it's a very failed, pathetic system that has fucking failed over and over and over again. It has gone through booms and busts over and over again. It's a metastasis, it's a cancerous system that's destroyed so much fucking ecosystems and produced so much tremendous inequality and war, class war, real war. And then it claims, oh, it's the best system around. Why? Why is it the only system that's around right now? Maybe it's because the capitalists got together and murdered and overthrew and oppressed and destroyed every single alternative. That's why it's the so-called best system. It's a piece of shit. It's a fucking piece of shit system. It's a piece of shit system. And for you to say, oh, name another system that worked, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know shit, man. Name another system that's worked better than capitalism. I'm sorry, there actually are many other systems. Socialism, anarchism, communism, resource-based economics, the hunter-gatherer egalitarian systems, non-hierarchical, cooperative, mutual aid systems that have existed for thousands of years. But these other societies were destroyed and wiped out by the capitalist societies, by the imperialists and the colonialists. That's why they so-called failed. They didn't fail, they were wiped out. So that's really what happened. You blabber around with your bullshit nonsense, tell me that capitalism is the only system that's worked. Get the fuck out of here with your nonsense, man. Idiot. Yeah, I'm not a communist, okay? I'm just mentioning that there are other systems. The Soviet Union collapsed because it was hijacked and sabotaged by the West, okay? Otherwise, the Soviet Union was actually going to succeed pretty well. The Soviets had quite good level of innovation and technology, and they're taking care of their people pretty well. But I mean, it was not a competitive. It was not a competitive process. It was actually just systemic. You know, the Soviet Union. Communism was never going to win against capitalism because it was a few nations that are trying to be communistic. They're trying to fight against the entire capitalistic world. So it was not going to work anyway. But it was good to inspire, you know, people to take pause and realize. Well, look, I'm sorry if I came off crazy, but I'm just trying to explain things. And I thought you were one of those people who's like, name another system that worked. Only capitalism worked. Because I hear this shit all the time, guys. I hear it all. I mean, literally, my friend tells me all the time. Just people are just so freaking brainwashed. It's sad. But hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go and eat my dinner and go to sleep. I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. But hope you guys stay tuned. I might do another live stream tomorrow. Again, much appreciate your love and respect. I'm sorry, your support. Much love and respect. Guys, I'm going to go have a good night. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'll make a proper video. Recording a proper video tomorrow to explain the actual fundamental nature of business and why it's fascistic. You guys have a good night. Peace out. Much love, guys. Keep the fight going, guys. Keep the fight going. Peace.